Get ready for the biggest event to hit the continent. We're bringing you to beautiful Sierra Leone, Africa. 2022 Afro-Caribbean Festival in Freetown. Experience exotic tours, local cuisine, cultural connections, soca, carnival, and Juve experience. Enjoy the best in soca and Afrobeat artists and DJs from around the world. We're bringing the Caribbean to Freetown. This is a cultural link-up you don't want to miss. Is affecting heritage and cultural connection. Early bird tickets on sale now. Payment plans are available.
From America to the West Indies, fell in love when they looked on me. Started balling out, boom, Malay. Came for carnival, now he stayed. Never had it this strong before. Tried my punch and then they wanted more. I got back so he could play. Now you wanna dance and dingole.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room. What you doing? Hey, what we doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.
Big Bink show right here on Big Bink's Break Room podcast. What it do, you man, Big Bink, man? Let me tell you something. Today has been a crazy day. When I say crazy, I mean super duper crazy. But we'll get into that later on the show when Action and Shawnee check in. But man, I hope you're having a good day, man. I appreciate you taking out the time to hang out with me, Shawnee, and Action as we do it here at Media Room 360. All right, today, so we getting back into the school spirit. You know what I'm saying? We have football starting, NFL football, WNBA playoffs, but more importantly, it's homecoming season. And me, I represent for that Langston University every day, all day in Langston, Oklahoma, and it's getting kind of crazy. I'm wiping. I just left the gym. I'm sorry. You know how I keep it real on the show. I just left the gym, and it's getting real critical for me because my daughter, she's a junior now, right? And I'm trying to get her to go to Langston, right? She's a national cheerleader, what they call it. And my girl Shell, when she get on here, she can go into the whole cheerleading thing. But she's a national competitive cheerleader. So they go all around the world doing them flips and tucks and baskets and all that old stuff. But I'm trying to get her to, do the cheer thing at Langston. A lot of my friends were cheerleaders when I was there, and it was cool. You know what I'm saying? But, we was talking about the whole scholarship thing and trying to figure out if they offer scholarships and things of that nature. But my two guests on the show today, can really tie into, scholarships and money and assisting students as we start that whole thing, with homecoming school, giving kids a chance to visit the school and actually raise money for them to start and further their education. So let me bring my girl Michelle up right quick. What's up, Shell? How you doing?
Great. How are you?
Oh, look at you. Great. How you doing? So me and Shell went to school together. We went to school together. We went to Langston University. And I'm not gonna date either one of us, but let me just say this. Shell still looks amazing. You know what I'm saying? And she's representing the LU right now. So just give them a little bit of your background, Shell.
Hey, we represent the 90s edition of LU alumni. Not ashamed at all. So
Absolutely.
I am a Langston graduate, class of 98, currently living in the DFW area. I am an active member of the Dallas Alumni Association. I give back to Langston. I attend homecoming every year. Just, love the culture, love the pride that I got from attending an HBCU.
And it's funny because, like when I go speak to classes and I go to schools and I speak to students and I let them know about the college experience, my college experience, our college experience was special because, I mean, every HBCU has their intimate stories from their individual students, but that intimacy on campus, those small classrooms, those relationships with the teacher did so much for me after I graduated because I always had somebody I could call and get advice. I always could go back to the yard and talk to people. And I knew people from all over the world. And I will say with the whole HBCU experience, it's a family outside of your family that you'll have for the rest of your life.
Absolutely. At an HBCU, definitely will make lifelong relationships. Professors generally care about your success in college and beyond. Career minded is what they're teaching you, just teaching you to be prepared for the world.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Miss Lisa shaking her head. How you doing, Miss Lisa? Miss Washington, how you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Good evening. And I'm going to steal your thunder too. I went to the gym too, and they did not prepare me well tonight. So thus, I am representing with my hat and my Alabama State University shirt. So
you better represent that Alabama State.
That's right.
And both of these beautiful women are representing the sorority of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I had the opportunity for the last 2 years to do this event with you ladies. And let me tell you something. It was COVID, but we made a way to have some fun and raise some money, Shell.
Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
We did it at Dewana's house. And I mean, we made some money and we had a good time and we fellowshipped. And so this year, it's hard to believe it's another year, Miss Lisa, Miss yes. Washington, and it's time for it's that time again. So can you just kind of expound on what's going on with the whole situation of us raising money for HBCUs?
I absolutely can. Thank you for the opportunity. We appreciate it more than you know. So this is actually our 9th annual fundraiser where we raise money for HBCUs. Pearls of Service is our philanthropy arm, if you will, of Chi Zeta Omega chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Well, I serve as president. And so this year we're going to be having our event on September 24th at 4:00 p.m. Keep me honest, Michelle. Yes. I think it's 4:00 p.m. And it's actually going to be at 413 Kitchen and Sports Lounge in Louisville, Texas. So it's going to be bigger and better than ever. We're going to have a lot of rivalry, a lot of fun. It's going to be great seeing everybody. People have been waiting since pre-COVID to get back together and fellowship, but ultimately to raise funds for our beloved HBCUs. I mean, that's really what it's all about.
I can't remember. I know the last 2 years did Grambling win last year? I can't remember. Was it Grambling that won? But we was right there with them, weren't we?
Yes, we certainly were. Last year, FAMU won first place.
Oh, FAMU. Yes. Okay.
And Grambling won second place, and Langston won third place.
Yes.
Yeah, I knew
so we were right there.
And the cool thing about it is, and I would imagine that it'll be done. Like last year, we actually did the fundraising live on StreamYard, and this year, are you just taking donations at 413, or like how is it going to be broadcast online again this year?
So we're taking donations now. So people are giving now. We already have some top 3 schools that are in first, second, and third place, but they may not remain there. But we'll be taking donations up until, I want to say, 3 or 4 o'clock the day of the event.
Okay.
And people can donate online and in person. So get your donations in. Don't wait till the last minute. We are going to cut off before the event is over so we can tally up everything and give out that money.
Can you do me a favor, Miss Washington? This is so cliche-ish, but can you just talk about your experience at Alabama State? Because this actual broadcast is going to run over and over again, and we're going to put the post-production and pictures of the school and all that in this broadcast. But just kind of talk about what Alabama State meant to you when you were there and how it has helped you navigate through your life.
Absolutely. That's an awesome question. So I grew up in Montgomery, Alabama. So I knew that I would most likely attend the Alabama State University. My parents attended. I have several siblings and cousins that attended Alabama State. So it is a part of my DNA. It is really who I am. You know, my time there, I was very involved on campus. Certainly, I was initiated there. I was a part of student government. I was a part of the Golden Ambassadors, you know, welcoming new students and alumni alike to the university. The bonds that I have created at Alabama State, I still have today, and not just with my line sisters, but just people that I've met along the way. It is nothing like an HBCU. If I had to choose all over again, I would choose an HBCU again, but I would choose Alabama State. It is in the heart of the South, you know, the civil rights movement, lots of rich history there. And so, again, it is a part of my legacy. It is a part of who I am. I have a son who is at Alabama State right now. So I don't just talk the talk, I walk the walk, right? We grew up in Frisco, you know, suburb of Dallas, but I still give back to my HBCU. I'm the vice president of the alumni chapter right here in DFW. We chartered in 2019. And so just super excited about what we're doing for our HBCUs, not just today, but preparing for tomorrow.
Yeah, that's really important, preparing for tomorrow. And it, you know, it's quite ironic. You know, I'm part of the Ricky Smiley Morning Show. So Ricky actually went to Alabama State, and I know he still goes up there. I know he still goes up there and does things. So again, that experience, and it, you know, when I sit my kids down, you know, one is 13, one is 16, and I try to explain, they don't get it. I try to explain to them everything you just said in a nutshell. But again, we're in this era of life where everything is, you know, right there at the tip of your fingers, at a phone. And that physical touch of going and looking at buildings and opening the door and looking in classrooms and seeing the desk and seeing people walking, sitting in the grass, sitting on the steps, that whole thing, it is so much needed, you know, because my daughter's actually coming down to Langston for our homecoming. They have a high school day or something, but we're going down there for that. And they also got a cheer clinic that's coming up. So I definitely want to get her linked in, and all her little friends watch the podcast. So they may not be on now, but when it run again, they're going to be watching it. But HBCUs, Miss Washington, is without words. And again, you know, Shell, when we went to Langston, you were very active, you know, with the cheerleading. And I mean, you was doing your thing, and just that activity, you know what I'm saying, help you in your journey in college.
Absolutely. I mean, being on the HBCU campus, it becomes your new community. This becomes your home away from home. And it's important to get involved on the campus. You know, I was a member of the Golden Feline dance team. So I was marching with the band at the football games. That was huge. Of course, I initiated at Langston University, Alpha Zeta chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. And I just still have such a bond with people I went to college with. You know, we're talking 25 plus years of relationships, and that's what you get at an HBCU.
Yeah, 25 years. It don't even seem like it been that long. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know we go out, we see each other every now and then, but I mean, again, I just think the whole HBCU experience, it keeps you young too, because you always want to know what's going on the yard. You know, look, we've been out of college 20 plus years. We still saying on the yard. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what it is. That's what it is to me. One of our other hosts of the show, Action Jackson, just checked in. Man, what's going on, bro?
Man. How you say, man, hold up.
Yeah, man, hold up.
Yeah, no, I had to. I called Shawnee. She said she was in a meeting, and I had to tell her I was in the middle of cooking dinner because I have to have dinner ready by a certain time. Otherwise, I catch all kind of static from the resident queens.
From action, absolutely.
Yeah. So my apologies, but it's good to be here. What's going on with you guys?
Just sharing about our upcoming event, another year of fundraising for HBCUs. It'll be September 24th. Super excited about raising some thousands and thousands of dollars before our beloved institutions. I mean, that's what's going on. It's all about the HBCUs today.
Yeah, I love thousands and thousands of dollars. I love that part.
And Action on the radio Friday, you were on talking about HBCUs, and you got a couple of Langston calls, and I listened on the way home, man. Other Miles College represented, and it was some more schools that called in and checked in. Man, let's talk about that experience when you put it out there on Friday.
Yeah, because last week when we were when I was going through some show prep, I found out it was HBCU Color Week and stuff like that, or it was national something with
HBCU
the
Day, I think.
yeah. And so I just put it out there, but yeah, it's a lot of LU fam inside the Metroplex and probably listening to this podcast right now. And we definitely need your support. I'm trying to convince my daughter right now. She's a senior in high school, and me and my wife are convincing her, or at least trying to steer her that way. And actually, we get ready to take a trip back east. I'm from the Washington D.C. area, so we're gonna plan a trip for her to Howard and see if she likes that.
Yeah, and then the list of notables that went to HBCUs is just crazy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. You know, I mean, it's too many to name, but I mean, these, the first person that popped in my mind was Jesus Christ. I'm gonna kick myself.
Jesus Christ went to HBCU. Oh wow! I didn't know Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to let you get your thoughts together, but I have a question for the young man that joined later, and he was saying he was getting dinner ready. So I just had a question. Did your wife attend an HBCU?
No, she went to I think it was UNT.
Okay, so I was just gonna ask because you making sure that the dinner was ready, because that's what we learned too. So my husband, he's gonna throw down in the kitchen. It's gonna be ready. That's one of the things we learned. You take care of mom.
that was a mama hand down right there. That was just a straight mama hand down. She's like, make sure the wife is always taken care of.
That's
but
right.
Let's see. I'm thinking let's see. How about maybe not only Howard, but I'm trying to think of some other HBCUs out there that are really important in doing their thing. And not only that, it's just like with what's going on with education right now, where you have the people on the right trying to tamper with the learning and education and trying to change history, basically. I think it is so important, so much more important that as an African American and as just a person of color, that we strive to just fill up HBCUs, because again, I feel like that's going to be our last bastion of getting a real education and real upbringing and a culture of history and what we really came from and what our struggles really been, because it's going to get watered down in the public school system and in the regular school systems if they have their say of what's going on, because they want to water down what happened in history. They want to change what happened in history, and they want to rewrite history. And again, I think it's important that we maintain the education and what happened in history. And again, I think HBCUs are probably going to be the last place where a person of color is going to learn about their true history.
That's so true, Action. So true.
Yeah, that's absolutely, because there was a lot of things that I didn't know until I got to college, until I walked my butt up in Sanford Hall and read books and talked to, what was his name, Shell? What was the guy named? The dude with the dreads. He had dreads back then.
Was it Owen?
Him. And I started talking to him and learning about our history. There is so much his story that we've been flushed with over the years as kids, thinking Christopher Columbus actually discovered America and the Pilgrims and Thanksgiving and just everything that I thought was true. But it wasn't until I got on the yard and started learning about myself and learning about other cultures and people in other cities. I thought everybody knew about house music in Chicago. I thought everybody knew about that. I'll never forget. I was the DJ on the yard. I went and played some house music, and the students was looking at me.
Oh, sorry about that. I don't know who that is.
They was like, "What are you playing?" I'm like, "Dude, this is house music. It's Chicago." It was like, the people from Texas was like, "Dude, don't nobody want to hear that." but it was a culture shock, and I was like, "Wow, nobody knows this music but the Chicago." Because the Chicago people was on the floor going crazy.
Yeah.
But the Texas people was doing jumping jacks and acting crazy, and I was like, I was like, wow. But yeah, humble beginnings.
Now
And,
you gotta be too light. Thanks, director.
yeah.
My wife just turned up the lights in here like it's too dark. I'm like, thank you there, Cecil B. DeMille.
Oh, that's funny. And for those of you just tuning in, welcome to Big Bink's Breakroom. Today we're talking about another HBCU fundraiser, 9th annual, from the beautiful women, Pearls of Service, Miss Lisa Washington and Michelle, my classmate from Langston University, members of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. Again,
I didn't hear. Oh, hold on. He said that. I didn't hear it.
I guess y'all post.
Yeah, there you go. I hear you know when he rolls out that title, girl, that got to follow right after that.
you wanted to hear the little ski week.
There you go. You know that got to follow right after that.
Y'all not ready. You have to come to the day event for that.
Okay.
But the fundraiser is going down on the 24th of September over at 413, right outside of Grapevine. It's right off 121, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yes.
Yeah, right over correct. There. And again, in post-production, we'll have all the information on the show, the flyer, the information. And again, Shell, for people just tuning in, just kind of tell them how to be involved with the whole process.
So you can text to donate. You can text the word HBCU for life to 74747. Or you can donate on Eventbrite. We have a URL. Our URL is hbcufortheculture.eventbrite.com. No donation is too big or too small. So, as alumni, it's important that we give back and spread awareness of HBCUs.
Yeah, and you know what's cool, like when the teams come to our prospective city, because I know the Langston Lions is coming to Fort Worth in a couple of weeks. They got a football game. I saw Renee had put that up, and I look forward. I know we all help with the Williams chicken or whatever they're eating for that day, and our other band. Exactly feeding the band. Our other friend, he's my frat brother, DJ Red. He brings the band down and doing stuff with the XFL when it was happening here in the city. So. It's always that extra. And you know what? If you ever meet somebody, A, that goes to a HBCU, or B, that went to your school and you're years apart or whatever, there's always conversation off the top. Even if you don't know them, ain't never seen them. When they say Bro Hall or Gandy Hall or some of the dorms at Alabama State or whatever, you for real? That's instant conversation. Do you know so-and-so, so-and-so, so-and-so? And then you linked. Right there. This has happened to me so much throughout my life, especially traveling and doing radio and meeting artists. Jennifer Hudson, I got to post this video. The video is somewhere. Me and her were in a magazine together, and I was holding a Langston jersey. It was Tuck jersey, and one of our players back in the day. And I did the interview with her, and I say, here's the surprise. And I held up the jersey. She was like, oh, wow. She didn't graduate from Langston, but she went to Langston. She spent some time on the yard. She got a couple of semesters under her belt. But still, it was a great conversation. And then, it was just, we were linked up from that point on. It wasn't like, let me do another radio interview. Yeah. The whole dynamic of the interview changed when I mentioned Langston University. And that's with any celebrity or anybody, not just the celebrities, anybody.
Yeah, it's a big deal. I think it's important to note, with our event, and we're just one small chapter out of thousands across the country. But since 2014, we've raised almost $160,000 just right here in Texas. That's no small feat. Last year we raised over $35,000 alone. And I know DJ Big Bink, you were there.
Oh, yeah.
You were there, a virtual event. So, this year we're back in person. We're going to be talking. We're going to be eating. We're going to be socializing. And we're going to be donating because we want to exceed what we did last year.
Absolutely. And again, that's before we get out of here, it's going down September 24th. That's a Saturday, right? Yeah, that's a Saturday. At 413. It's a nice venue, by the way. I've been there a couple of times. A nice venue. Kind of like a sports bar feel, right off of 121 out of Grapevine into Louisville, wherever side of town you live on. Come on down, hang out with us. We're going to be there. Media Room 360 going to be there. I'm going to be there. Shiny going to be there. Action, I'm going to bring you out there so you can meet Shell and Washington in person.
That's it. That's in my neck of the woods. So that's not too far from me. And in my next life, I'm going to HBCU. I'm probably.
You said that on the radio. You said that. You said that on Friday.
Yeah, in my next life, I'm going to a HBCU. In my next life, I didn't make it this time, but next time I'm gonna tell myself you got to go.
It's okay. You're amongst friends. It's all good.
Yeah.
Just when you go back, make sure you play Sigma.
Oh, I don't know.
And Ms. Washington, one more time, give the information about donating again before we get out of here for some people just tuning in.
Yeah, so I'm going to have Michelle do that. She is on cue, my technology person. She's going to give the donation information for you.
I know that's right.
Michelle looks like she knows what she's doing.
She does.
Again, you can text to give. You can text HBC for Life to 474747, or you can donate online. Our website to donate is hbcufortheculture.eventbrite.com. No donation is too big or too small.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So
for the culture, y'all.
Definitely for the culture.
For the culture.
We definitely appreciate y'all. We love the ladies of Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated for everything that you do from 1908 to 2022. You know what I'm saying? I have AKAs in my family. Some of my best friends are AKAs, but just the camaraderie and the friendship and what y'all stand for, beyond words. Thank you for all you do. And we will see you September 24th at 413 to help raise some money for our HBCUs.
Thank you. Thank you so much to both of you. We appreciate the opportunity. We're looking forward to seeing you.
And I apologize for stepping in late, but I would look forward to seeing both of you guys at the event, though.
Absolutely. Thank you for your support, as always.
All right. Have a great day.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye,
Right.
Shell.
Bye, Ms. Washington. Yeah, that's cool, man. Because I did it with him. I did it with him last year. And
is that the same event we did at Shawnee's house?
No. This is something that I did at a because it was COVID. It was COVID, so we did it at somebody's house, but we did it virtually, and we raised a lot of money. We raised a lot of money, and it was really, really, really cool. And the ladies were just beautiful. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I bet they were. I used to date an AKA.
Oh yeah, me too.
When I lived in DC.
Oh yeah, I have a story about that, but I'm not.
Yeah. Thank you, because I don't want to follow up with mine either.
Oh God.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that, dog, man. I got stuck with dinner, and then this computer was dead, and I was like, oh man.
Oh no, that's all good. But you know what? What I wanted to hit on real quick. Let me hear your thoughts, because I know you are very versed, if you will, about politics, economy, and media sensation. What I mean by that is action. Every time I turn around, I look at TV, and there's the Queen.
Mm-hmm.
I found out some things about that whole regime, if you will, and how it affected and still affects Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And we're celebrating the Queen. Now, don't get me wrong. Somebody died. I get that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? She was 100 anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 96.
You know what I'm saying? Not saying that, nobody wants to, but
yeah, no, I get your point. Because most people, and then honestly, it's majorly people of color, and I just simplify and just say most Black people that are becoming woke to the history are upset about it and over it because they understand the history of it all. But my thing about that and what I would say to that is that as a person, she wasn't that person. That was a different time. And that wasn't her. She actually was against apartheid, and she was against some of the racist things that were going on within the monarchy. But I mean, she was a traditionalist though. So and then on top of that, with her position, and Charles is going to end up being the same way. And if you listen to the coverage of him, they're saying the same thing about him, where he's going to have to learn how to master the art of not being political anymore. Like he can't have or show or share an opinion anymore. Like Charles was very much an opponent of global warming, and he was trying to push not only the European nations but the world to recognize global warming. He can't even voice.
You talking about the son, Prince Charles? Yeah, that's the son.
Yeah, the one that's getting ready to be king.
Okay.
Or the one that is king. And now, as king, he can't even voice an opinion anymore. He can't have an opinion on that.
Wow. Oh, well, yeah, you got to be right. You got to be neutral, huh?
Yeah, he has to be neutral.
Wow.
So again, she was under that same type of thing where she couldn't really display her emotions or her reaction toward a lot of stuff that the empire had wrought. But I mean, that's just. I mean, I
didn't know that, by the way. I didn't know that viewpoint on that, by the way.
Yeah, but it's like it's a lot of stuff that, again, and people. This is the thing that kills me about newly woke people. Not counting you, because you're not. I know you personally. You're not like this, but a lot of new woke people, once they understand or get their wokeness about an issue or about a certain thing, then all of a sudden they want to feel a certain type of way when you didn't feel that way when you were ignorant. Now, knowledge shouldn't change your feelings. It should just change your intellect. You understand? Because again, I mean, I don't hate a racist person. That's a feeling.
Right.
I just am understanding and I'm knowledgeable if you are racist and I know I don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
You understand? It doesn't emotionally get me. It mentally gets me. So again, you can't let your emotion overwhelm your feelings and your thought process. So again, because that's the rot and the destruction of everything when you get emotionally involved and stuff, and you don't use your intellect and you use your emotion. So again, new woke people want to use their emotion, like, oh, fuck her. She had slavery and she did this to Africa. No, she wasn't even fucking alive when that shit happened. She wasn't even there when they stole the diamonds and
diamonds and all that
the
stuff.
Diamonds and the gold from Africa. When that crown that they were carrying on the casket, when those diamonds were robbed from Africa, she wasn't even alive for that. And again, so how can you fault somebody? That would be like faulting all white people now for slavery, and they weren't even alive for that. So I don't fault her for anything. I understand the overcoverage, but again, we have to recognize the moment too. Come on, man. She reigned for 70 years, dude. Basically, for your lifetime, you've known no other queen of England.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And again, I was just kind of ignorant of the whole queen thing anyway. Even when Princess Diana was alive, I know she would always be around, and I was like, oh yeah, the princess, the princess, but I never knew what that meant until I got older. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. Excuse me. Excuse me. I'm sitting on my fucking stomach.
That's the queen. That's the queen getting you.
Yeah, getting that. No, but the whole monarchy is weird, and it didn't question, and they still, even the people over there got questions about it. Like, is it still necessary, like a monarchy? But I guess it is. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, it's not the same, because over here we've had, since her reign, because if you see the commercial, you see how many presidents she's gone through over here.
What is it? 22? No, 16, something like that.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So note the history in that. Like if a U.S. president died right now, shit would be all over the news. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Now she lasted 70 years on the throne and is 96 and died, and now people bitching because she's getting a week of coverage. Like, really? Come on.
Yeah. That's definitely real talk.
Yeah, keep it. I try to keep it in perspective.
Yeah, put it in perspective.
Yeah, because I heard Ricky talking about like that today. Like, yeah, I'm tired of the Queen. I'm like, I get that, but understand. Let's put it in perspective. Because again, if Obama died today, it'd be a week of coverage of him at least.
It better be a month.
I'm just saying, it would be, and he just was in office for 8 years.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
So again, she's 70 years and the longest running queen that again.
The longest running anybody in office, probably in our history, right?
Yeah, in monarch in our history, she is. And again, to give her a week worth of coverage for her service, her life service, I don't think that's too much. But that's it. Again, that's just my opinion that you asked for.
Hey, well, that's what we do in the break room. We keep it 100. Business flowing. Big Bink, Action Jackson. Now, I just wanted to check in with you, man. Thank you to the beautiful ladies of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated with their fundraiser. We'll have that information on the show when you watch this again. Actually, by this time, you would have already heard it again. But make sure you come out Saturday, September 24th, over at 413. If you live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, it's right outside of Louisville, Grapevine-ish, area 121. Hop over there. It'll be Saturday, and there are going to be a lot of HBCU people there, people who went to HBCUs, and a lot of giving, a lot of fun, a lot of music. Yeah, exactly. So make sure you come out and represent. And we appreciate you hanging out on Big Bink's Breakroom podcast. And I done started this thing by myself, and our sister Shani is at some meeting. You know, she probably signing them checks. So we about to be rich, dog. Yeah.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room. Hit 'em in the break room.